Welcome to a day in the life at Dotty Delightful HQ. I thought today, I've not done one of these for ages, I thought today I'd do a bit of a day in the life in the studio. What happens, what I do, what goes on behind the scenes of a small business. I've already been to the park this morning with the dog and Tom's off work today, and we had a lovely breakfast, and now I'm doing work. So first of all, I've got to check out some proofs that the printers have sent me to see if the zine looks good. So let's check it out. So you've got to go through, when they send you a file from the printers, you've just got to go through and you're just making sure that these are called bleed lines, and you've just got to make sure that your writing isn't where it's going to get chopped off. So they take this one's downloaded, look, they take a while to download. So you've just got to see, that it's not going to chop off your writing. And this one's been printed before. It's Wild Creative Woman. It's a zine all about wild creative women. And the printers very rarely do anything where I think, oh no, I need to change that. And if there is something, it's because I've put something too close to the edge. So this all looks completely fine. Even though it's blurry, I can still see where the writing is, what it looks like, and all that kind of thing. So I think this one will be good to go. I've just got to wait for the rest of it to download. While I'm waiting for that to download, I am going to print a zine because I've made a sale on Etsy. So some of my zines get printed at home on my trusty Epsom printer, and some of them get printed by a printers called Inky Little Fingers, which is based in the UK, and they use vegetable ink and sustainable paper. So I actually really like using them, and they're very good. They are really good. They're the best ones that I found for printing my zines. Yeah, the communication's brilliant. I love it when they turn up. So that's what I'll do. So on this now, I'm just setting the parameters for my printing, because you've got to print it on, Tom's made me a zine profile, so everything will be bright and stuff. So I'm going to send that to the printers, and hopefully by now, yep, this has downloaded some more, so I can carry on seeing. I'm just going to wait to see that bit downloaded, and my printer will start printing now. So I've put the printer next to the computer, which makes it so much easier. And it's a really good one, this. It's an Eco Tank one, and it does print out nice art prints as well, which is very good. But it is only A4, so I am looking at getting an A3 printer. So while that's printing, this is now downloaded, so I can look at the next part of it, just to make sure it's on. Because what you don't want to do is, you don't want to say it's fine and then it comes and you've got 50 or 100 copies of something, and it's not good. I'm just going to wait for this to download, because it looks like there's some letters missing, but it might be because it's just not downloaded. So also today, let's whiz you round over here and show you. Whoa, that one a bit wobbly then, didn't it? It's because my phone's on a tripod, so sorry about that. Let's set you up. Maybe I should have cut the video, but anyway. So look at these. Da-da-da. I've had these printed and they arrived the other day, and it's all nature affirmations, and I'm going to use my guillotine and chop these up into sets of 12 little cards. But aren't they lovely? Really beautiful. So that's what I'm going to do today. And also, let's turn you around this way. I'm currently folding, so these are all zines that have already been printed, and I'm currently folding them into half like this, and then they will get sewn on my sewing machine. So this is a new journaling zine that I'm going to get printed. It's called Your Delightful Guide to Journaling. So I'm going to just check the proof for this one, and I'm going to check this more carefully than the last one because I've never printed this one before. So I definitely want to just check that everything's in the bleed lines on this one, and I'm sure it will be, because normally the printers send you an email and it will say if there's a problem, and it said that there was no problems on this one, so it should be alright. Looks really good. I'm excited to get this one. Being self-employed and running your own business can be like weird. Weird in the way that sometimes you've got loads of things on, or you might have got quite a few orders, and then other times nothing, or you think like there's nothing to do, but there always is something to do, and there's lots of behind the scenes catching up with admin, things on your website. There's a lot of stuff that you don't see or you don't even think about. Like, the nice bits are designing things and, you know, making things, and when you arrive from the printers it's exciting, and the other exciting part of it is when you get orders, and I love this part of wrapping things up and sending them out. But then there's other bits of it, like Etsy have just done an update where there's all these forms to fill in. So basically they're trying to make Etsy back to like it used to be, a handmade site, rather than a site with all sorts of things on. So they're trying to get rid of these sellers that just buy things from like B&M bargains and then put them on Etsy pretending that they're handmade when they're obviously not. And they even nick pictures off other people's websites, you know, and put them on there. So I am for the changes because I think it's a good thing. But because they've done this, on your listings, you've got to go through your listings and change all the things. So they've got like a bit that says made by me, you know, designed by me but made by somebody else, all this kind of stuff. And I've got over 150 listings, so I have to go through each and every single one of them now, filling out the different added categories. And so far I've not found or seen or heard about a bulk tool to do that, which is really annoying. So I've got that to do, and it's just little things like that, things that you don't really expect to have to do, but you know that you need to do, because the thing is, if you don't do that, Etsy will penalise you for not having everything filled in correctly. So then you don't get shown up in results as much, which, you know, is frustrating. Or like the back end of your website, doing things like updating all the orders. And because I'm on Squarespace, I think Squarespace is a great platform, a great website, but the postage bit, the bit where you put your things for sale on, it's really annoying, because to try and get the postage set right, it's really difficult. And what I found is there is free post on there, but there's also postage settings for if you buy a zine and stuff. And what I found is a lot of people are quite naughty in the way that they mark it as free post, when actually they should have marked the setting for the zines. So I think that's pretty tight. If I was on somebody else's website and I'd bought something and there was a postage setting for that, that's what I would pay for, because I think it's a bit out of order, because now I have to foot the bill for that postage, and it just all eats into your profits. And you know, already you've got to pay for your website, either monthly or yearly, so you've got to pay for that. You also pay a fee when you sell something on your website, because the payment people that process the payment take a fee. You've already paid the printers to print the thing, and then somebody makes an order and doesn't pay for postage. It is pretty shady. And I get it, I get that people are, you know, trying to save money and stuff, but when you've got your own business and you're trying hard to run your own business, it's things like that that are a little bit annoying. So there's loads of things like that you don't think of when you don't run a business yourself. I just want to put an extra little note in here, and I'm putting this in while I'm editing the video, because I sounded like I was really moaning saying that I had bad customers, and I don't. I have the best customers ever. Honestly, they're some of the nicest people that I've ever met online or in person. It's just there's a few and far between, and generally it's people that I don't know, or that are not repeat customers and things like that. So I just wanted to put that little bit in, because it did sound like I was moaning. I think at that time when I was packing stuff, I was just thinking about all the different things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed by everything. That happens sometimes, and then other days I'm totally fine. So I just wanted to put that in there. And also, as an added note, when I was talking about the Etsy and having to go through all the listings, I've actually got 183 listings, but I found that there was only 4 that I needed to change, which was brilliant, because mine are already marked as handmade or designed by me, so that was really good. gone really dull and it's just started pouring down, and I'm going to go to the post office in a minute. The weather's been blooming awful. We had one gorgeous day last week, a really nice day. Let's not get into that though, because it makes me annoyed. So I want to show you these. Cindy had them made, so if you don't know, I already have my own YouTube, obviously that's where you're watching this video. But I have another YouTube with Cindy and Aisha, and it's called Coffee with Crones, and Cindy got these postcards printed last week and they're really nice actually. I really like the paper, it's eco paper. So yeah, so Coffee with Crones, there we are. So in any orders that order Witch Zine, I'm adding one of them, which is nice. And we just talk about all sorts of stuff. There's 3 of us, we sit around the table with a brew and we talk about all different topics, and if there's any topics that people want us to talk about, write a comment in the video description, not the description, they write a comment in the video underneath in the comment section. I've gone really tired now because I've just had my lunch and it's made me a little bit sleepy. So it's been really good. It's been really good working with Cindy and Aisha and having our channel. And last month we met up with Callie, who is the lady that runs the Witches Revival, which I will be going to in August. I went last year, we've got a video somewhere of that from last year, and I will be going again. I've got a double stall this time in the Emporium, and I'm also having space for an exhibition as well, which is brilliant. And this is what some of these are going to go for. I'm going to chop them up for the exhibition. And also I've had some postcards made. Oh my gosh, wait till you see these postcards. So behind my curtain is where all my order stuff is. So if you've seen other videos, you'll know that this is where I keep all the zines and everything. But it was driving me wild because there's so many bits, and when I'm in here it feels too cluttered, so I've made this curtain. Anyway, I've designed and had these postcards printed. Gorgeous. There's a set of 8, all different ones, and these are going to the Witches Revival. Picked up 2 there, and I don't know what my favourite one is. They've all got a different affirmation on. I have got 2 that I think are my favourites. I'll tell you which they are when I pull them out. And it was so lovely making these. So this is one of my favourites. Oops, got 2 there. I really love that one. And this is my other favourite one. So the Witches Revival is all about wise woman. This is the other one that's my favourite one. I really love that one. And then lastly we've got this one. So there's 8 of them all together, and I'll be selling them individually and in sets as well. And in case you can't make it to the Witches Revival, I'll be popping them on my Etsy. So yeah, look out for them. Also, I didn't realise when I was recording that bit how far my pants had come up because I'd been sat down. They were right up here. And it looked like I was right busty. That's really hilarious. So they shouldn't be right up there. They should actually be down here. So I apologise for the ridiculous way. And now I'm thinking, I wonder if the rest of the video is like that with my pants up there. Oh my god. Look how gorgeous these flowers are. We had friends round for dinner yesterday. Oh my gosh. So these are from my friend's garden. Aren't they beautiful? all grown in her garden. They smell amazing, absolutely amazing. And there's all sorts. Look at this sweet pea. But aren't they beautiful flowers? Such a blessing when you've got such nice friends. Today I have been writing out all the different things that I need to do for all different platforms and stuff that I need to get ready for the fair. And I've been going through them one by one, bit by bit, and checking them off my list. And today it's gorgeous. That's the window that's normally there, and it's that bright sunshine that you can't actually see it at the minute. But I'll show you the garden. Oh my god, we've definitely jumped timelines. If you don't know what I'm on about, pop over to TikTok and type in timelines July 2024 and you'll see what I'm talking about. It feels this weekend was a massive breakthrough of going up into a new world. Going up, jumping over, I don't know, whatever it is. It's gorgeous blue sky out there with beautiful fluffy clouds, just like when we were children. The sun shining. Oh, it's just lovely. It's just really lovely. So I'll show you a bit of the garden. It's been such a blessing in the garden. We've only got a tiny yard, but look at all the flowers that are growing. It makes my heart so happy. And look at that blue sky too. Oh my gosh, what a lovely, lovely day. What have I done? Let me go through my cards and then I can tell you. I've not really done much filming because it'll be boring just watching me doing stuff on the computer. So I added better pictures to some of my Etsy listings. I also put one of my Etsy's on like an advertising thing on one of them, just to see. I'm going to do it for a week and see if it makes any difference to my sales or not. I also got a sale earlier for a whole bunch of zines. So I was well pleased. So thank you to the gorgeous woman that bought those. What else have I done? I've done some work on my website. So I added the newest zines to the zine page. If you've not been on my website, have a look. It's dottydelightful.com, and there's a whole page all about zines, why I make them, what they are, how you can make them. There's even a little video tutorial on there how to make a one-page one. There's loads of information on it, so that's pretty cool. I changed some listings, I changed some prices because some were out of date, and then some I gave a discount on, so I did that before. And what else have I been doing? Oh, I've been making an art history PowerPoint presentation for my patrons. That's what I'm working on at the minute. And while I've been doing that, I've been printing more zines for the fair in August, and I've got a list of stuff for the fair. So I've got to check my sum up machine, which is I'm not recording. I'm recording. It is charging. It's charging now. So I'm going to charge it, and then I'm going to see if it still connects all right to the app on my phone. If you don't know what a sum up machine, it's like a card payment reader for when you're at the fairs, so people can pay with card. If you don't have one, you miss out on loads of sales. I also accept cash, of course. I've got to print out some flyers and some posters for the art course that I'm doing in September and October, and also I'm going to take them to the Wise Woman event and have them on the table so people can take a flyer with them, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I might get some more sign-ups. That'll be lovely. I've got some other things that I'm not going to share just yet, which I'm going to make to sell at the fair. I'm really excited, actually. And I've still got to chop up my affirmation cards that I showed you earlier, and I also want to paint some things as well, so I've got to do those. I don't have to do all this today, but I've decided that if I don't have a list to go through, I'll be all over the place. So yeah, so currently I keep popping out into the garden to get a bit of sunshine, and to move as well, because I think when you sat on the computer all the time you get a bit achy. Just have a bit of that. Because yeah, you just sat on a computer chair and you should get up and move about a bit. So like I said, I haven't really recorded anything today, and I like to combine doing computer work with also doing practical stuff, because I find that if I'm on the computer all day for the whole day, I get a sore head. Don't like it. And I feel like I need to do something tangible, so I've just cut some flowers that you saw in the video, from the garden. They're so beautiful, and that moved me about a bit. And I made a brew, and I've got the washing on, so when the washing's done I'll go and peg out. I love pegging out, don't you? Do you love pegging out washing? I think it's amazing. It's like here in England, when it's the winter, you can't peg out because it's too cold to dry the laundry. So when you can peg out in spring, it's like the best thing ever. And I think because we've not had that many sunny days yet, that there's not been much pegging out, so I'm really looking forward to pegging out today. My nose is really itchy from being in the garden and cutting them flowers. And what else am I going to do? I've got a couple of orders to wrap, and I'll post them out tomorrow. So I will see you in a bit. It's day 3. It's day 3, and I have been sewing more zines, lots of zines, all the zines. That's what I've been doing on my trusty Singer, and I've been doing a little bit of computer work, but mainly I've just been watching loads of videos, and I've just had a good word with myself. I hope you can hear, because I've put my hand over the microphone. I just realised. Yeah, I had to have a good word with myself and say, look at the time. Get off this phone. Stop watching videos. Get on with your work. So that's what I do sometimes, because I don't have anybody to tell me what to do, because I'm the boss. It's a bit tricky. So yeah, that's what I've done. So I'm going to finish packing orders. I've been packing orders over there, and I'm going to go and get some lunch in a minute, because I'm a little bit hungry. And then there's a lady coming this afternoon, and I'm going to show her how to pot some plants, and then I've got to go to the post office. So that's midday 3, and I'm also hoping, I'm going to have to put you down. That's better. I'll have to bend like this though. I'm also hoping that at some point this week I get another painting done for the Witches Revival, because I've done 3 and I just feel like I need to do another one. I don't have to do another one, but I just feel like I need to. So I'm going to go through my lists again. Do you know that I showed you yesterday on the cards? I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to see if I've got some time to paint yeah, another picture. Because I'm thinking, when somebody goes into the exhibition area, so there's going to be 2 exhibition areas. There's an exhibition area for the main room, which is where the wonderful ladies that came to the art weekends have got their work up, and then me and Sally, who's another artist, where our work's going up in a different room. And we've got 5 metres of wall each, and I want it to have some kind of impact. Do you know, I want it to actually be impactful, and I don't want to have let myself down and not feel like I've not finished. So I do feel like there's another painting to come out of me. Now the only problem is that my canvases are quite big and they won't fit in the car. I don't think. It's really doubtful they'll fit in the car unless they fit in on an angle, which means I'll have to carry them, which is fine, but it's over the other side of the city, and I remember carrying them before, and they're like 5 foot by 3 foot, and if it's windy it's like you're going to take off like you're a bird, one under each arm like wings. So I'm not sure, but I don't feel like that I want to do something small. Anyway, it's just a thought for another day. So yeah, so now I'm going to finish off. I've got one more zine to sew, the October zine. It always gets stuck in the printer, the October zine. It's really frustrating. And when it gets stuck in the printer, the pages, I'm going to get it out. I've got a box under my desk that's full of reject pages. When it gets stuck in the printer, it's always like this. It like creases up and gets ink all over it. That one as well on the corner, all inky. If it was only that on the corner, it wouldn't be that bad, but the words have come out blurry as well. So I put them under there and I make packs up with them. So I've got to do that, and then I'm going to get some lunch. Hello again. It's a day, I don't know what day it is. So I've tried to keep up with this video vlog about a week in the life as a creative artist, self-employed zine maker. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Do you know what it is? I just get so into the zone of doing things that I completely forget to do videos. It's like I'm so in it, I forget about it. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a little catch up. So currently I am taking pictures for Etsy listings. I'll show you them in a minute. Using the beautiful flowers that my friend brought me when she came for dinner. These are affirmation cards. Do you remember I showed them to you in the sheet? Well, I've cut them out now. So I'm just taking pictures. So that's what that looks like. I've been doing computer work. I decided last night to set up a group for eco living. I'll tell you all about that in another video. And yesterday I went to the post office. I've just been painting a wrap because somebody bought the last set of oracle cards, so I've just been painting that. But when I went to the post office, I got some black canvases. Never used black canvases before. And some smaller canvases, and also these boxes. So the wooden boxes, and I'm going to turn them into boxes for people that buy my zines. You know, they collect them like a collector, and I'm going to make them over so they're like a zine collectible box, because a few people have asked for something to put all the zines in and I didn't have anything, and I've looked at folders. Sorry, the phone's wobbling, it's because my hand's a bit shaky, I'm holding it too long. And I couldn't find any folders that actually would do the job properly, so I've got these wooden boxes instead. So I showed them to my friend yesterday, and she said, how are you going to post them? And then I was like, oh, they'll be medium-sized parcels, and the postage here is ridiculous now. And that's fine, so we'll see what they go like. So that's what I'm on with today. And also, the other day, I found, if you can see, oh, I can't make my arm go the right way. There! It's because it's backwards, because I'm in the video. I found these watercolour paintings that I did ages ago, probably like 3 years ago. So I've got them out, and I'm going to put faces on them because they didn't have faces on them when I made them. And now I've looked at them again, I'm just like, oh, they're a bit weird. So I'm going to do them for the... maybe for the Witches Revival. They might be a bit big for people to take home. I might sell them on my Etsy instead. But there's two of them. There's Under the Sea and a nature one. I'll show you them actually. So I've brought you over to my easel. So this is the nature one. See, it's got all moss. Lovely, lovely moss. And a fern frond. But she doesn't have a face. That one's got the moon. And then this one is the Under the Sea one. She's lovely, isn't she? Under the sea with all jellyfish and other things, and octopi, and that's a gold moon. I don't know why I've done it as a gold moon. There was some method when I was painting them, but yeah. So there's two of them, but they are quite big. They're too big. It's A3, I think. So again, I don't know how to post them. This is the tricky bit. You can make all these paintings and stuff, and then you're like, how am I going to post them? Because this is on thick, it's like thick watercolour card, so I can't roll it, because if I roll it, it'll crack. Anyway, I'll figure it out, I always do. Now, if you're an artist and you don't have one of these, I'm telling you, it's changed my life. This is a daylight bulb daylight light. It's got two prongy bits on, and they move, so you can move them to be wherever you want them to be. And this bit is like bendy. I can't think of the word then. So you can bend it however you want it to be, and they have different settings. So different brightness settings. I'll turn them off because they're very bright. And I got this one from... my mind has gone very blank. Cass Art. I got it from Cass Art. That's where I got it from. They had a sale on. I'm just going to pop you in the paintbrush holder. The paintbrush mug. I had to take my paintbrush out. Yeah, I got it from Cass Art in the sale. And it's been such a bonus. So not only for painting, like when it's a dull day, or you know, it's evening time or something, not only for that, but also for when I'm taking pictures to put on Etsy or social media. It's brilliant, because if it's overcast outside, I've only got little windows here. We live in a terrace house and there's only little windows, and yeah, if it's overcast, your pictures are rubbish. So that actually works really well. So I highly recommend that you invest in one. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You can get some that clip onto your easel as well, but I didn't get one of them because I did think about taking pictures for Etsy and stuff like that, and this one's on a stand and you can move it wherever you want, and it's got a really long wire from the plug, which I really like because you can move it all around. So it was just on because I was taking those pictures for my Etsy uploads, and I'm going to also take pictures of the postcards that I showed you earlier and get them on for sale as well. And then it's the weekend. It's come round so fast. This week's flown by, and probably but on this video it doesn't look like I've done that much, but I haven't recorded things like making dinner or putting the laundry out. My washing line fell down today. Oh my good lord. I pegged the washing on it, and then all of a sudden it was on the floor, and I was like, and it had snapped, and it's not long enough now. Where it snapped, it's not long enough to tie it back up, so I've tied it to the washing line, because there's two washing lines. Tied it to the other washing line and had to kind of fashion a peg thing to stop it moving, and I've managed to peg my laundry out, but we're going to have to get a new washing line, I think, or make it go to a different part of the garden. Because it's that little square yard, it's really difficult to get any length of washing line. Also, my garden is full of flowers and stuff, isn't it? So because it's so full, there's not much space out there for drying washing anyway, but we'll have to figure something out. So I've been doing things like that, doing lots of laundry, standing in the garden and looking at the clouds and going, oh my gosh, because we've had some really big fluffy ones, really like old-fashioned ones from when you was a kid. Beautiful. And I've been taking the dog out to the park. What else have I done? Just general stuff that's boring, really, that you wouldn't want to see. You don't want to see me stood in the kitchen washing up, do you? But I have made some really lovely dinners this week, some really nice dinners. So I get asked this quite a lot about recipes and stuff, and I don't actually follow recipes unless it is for like something for baking. I've made scones. Oh, vegan scones, first ones that I've ever made. Oh my good lord, they're delicious, absolutely delicious. They're the best recipe yet. I'll put the recipe in the description below. Just thought I heard the postman. They're fantastic, absolutely delicious scones, really light and fluffy, but they're very Moorish, so I keep going back in the kitchen and thinking, should I have another? Should I just have another? Really bad. And they're that light and fluffy, you don't even need jam on them. I'm just like, anyway. So Tom calls them, I say scones, he says scones. What do you call them? What do you call the scones? A scone or a scone? So I say to him, what about a stone? Do you call a stone a stone or a stone? Anyway, so yeah, what I'm thinking of doing is, and do let me know in the comments if you think this is a good idea, of doing a video all about different recipes that I make. But look at me with my toothbrush. But I'd make a good teacher, wouldn't I? Sit down, class. But I don't follow recipes, I just make it up. So this is the danger, see? Because people have said, can you make a recipe book or a recipe zine? And the thing is, I just chuck a pinch of this in and a pinch of that, and I don't weigh anything. I don't know how I'd do it, really. Basically, you just get whatever you've got and just make something. That's what I do. But I tell you what I have made, which are delicious, and I can give you the recipe for, because it's flipping easy. I shouldn't sit here because, so you can't see where I'm looking at, but the window's right in front of me. So anytime somebody goes past, I go, don't look out the window. Do your video. Recipe. I'm all over the place. I'm having a bad ADHD day today. My head is everywhere, which might show on this video, so bear with. Get some potatoes, chop them up into wedgie shapes, put some oil of your choice, in a glass dish, put the wedges in, sprinkle Cajun seasoning. Oh my gosh, I've been Cajun seasoning everything, it's so delicious. Cajun seasoning, then you get a bulb of garlic, you chop the top off the cloves so it's still in its wrapper thing. I don't know what you call it, the skin bit. So just the cloves at the top are exposed. Stand that in the middle. Sprinkle a few herbs on, whatever herbs you like. Roast it in the oven. After half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on how good your oven is, take it out, take the garlic out, leave it on the side. Flip your potatoes over, put them back in for another half an hour or so, like I say, depending on how good your oven is, until they're cooked. And then when they come out, what you do is you serve your wedges with like salad or whatever you want to serve them with. But if you get some tortilla breads and you squeeze the garlic out of the cloves and put it all over the tortillas, delicious. Or you can squeeze the garlic out, chop it a bit. It's like soft, so you know you have to do it with your fingers over the potatoes. Oh my goodness, so good! It's so good. So we've had that quite a few times this week because I'm just like, oh, I can't get enough. And what else have we had? I can't think of anything that's been super good. I did make a nice casserole with green lentils and tomatoes. That was nice. So anyway, I've gone on a right old tangent, haven't I, from a studio vlog into a blooming cooking channel. When I was a child and I used to be in the kitchen at my mum's, I'd pretend, this was before we had phones, this was, sometimes we didn't even have a TV, that's how long ago it was, but I used to pretend that I was on a cookery channel when I was doing stuff. You know, if I had to help her do the carrots, I didn't do it out loud because she'd have like told me off for being daft, but in my head it was like I was doing a cooking show. So did you do that? Did you ever pretend you was on a show when you was a kid? I used to love it. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a cooking video, a recipe video, making food video. We're vegan, by the way, so it'll all be vegan food. I've got an itchy nose, sorry about that. It's because of them flowers. That's it, that's all I can think of. I'm going to end this video here before I waffle on about something else. I'm going to put this paintbrush down. Isn't it a funny paintbrush? A lady gave it to me, it's really soft. Really nice. I'm going to put this paintbrush down because I keep messing with it all over the show, and I'm going to let you get back on with whatever you was doing before you started watching me. So I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Don't know what we're up to, hoping that the sun will come out so we can go somewhere, because every other weekend so far for a while we've been working or tidying, or I know we had our friends over last Sunday, which was really lovely. But yeah, I think we're gonna go somewhere if it's nice. Alright then, loves, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for being here and listening to me waffle on about nonsense. I appreciate every single one of you. I actually really do. You make my day, you make my week, and I love it when you send me messages or write a comment. I think it's just fantastic. And as a little plug for the end of this video, if you haven't already seen, pop over to my Patreon, see what's going on over there. We've got art club, zine club, I do full moon meditations, all sorts of things, blog posts, freebie downloads, all sorts. And I have got a wonderful creative course coming up, 6 weeks, every Sunday in September and 3 Sundays in October, here in Lancaster at Assembly Arts, an art studio, a whole art building. It's fantastic, and it's all about connecting in with your inner child, the creative you are now, and your older creative when you're an old lady. And we are going to go through a 6-week process of experimenting, playing with art techniques, really dropping in and finding, unleashing your inner creative wild woman. It's going to be fantastic, and I've got a few places left now, so if you are interested and you can't find the links or anything, I will put them in the description. But if you can't find anything, or you have got more questions, just drop me an email or send me a message, or however, contact me somehow on social media. I'm Dotty Delightful on everything on social media, and we also have a payment plan set up as well, so you don't have to pay it all in one go. You can just pay it bit by bit as and when you get some money. It's not a rigid set, you must pay this amount every whenever. As long as it's all paid a couple of weeks before the workshop, that's perfectly fine. So I just wanted to tell you about that because I'm really excited. I think it's going to be transformational and lovely, and there's already a really lovely bunch of women coming, so you're going to be so welcome. Alright then beauties, see you soon!